Hello, gorgeous ones. Hello, hello. Just going to turn this music down. Just listening to a song here. It says, don't go changing. Exactly, that's what we want. Don't go changing for anyone else except for yourself. So, how are you? I hope your weekend was amazing. And I'm going to do the purpose reading for this week. And this week I'm actually using a deck of cards that I haven't pulled out for a very, very long time. These are the Animal Dreaming cards by Scott Alexander King. They are awesome. Look at all that lipstick on me. Got a new lipstick today. Nice and red. Anyway, so these cards, a few years ago I got into this KonMari decluttering, and I think I had over 50 different oracle decks in my collection, and I culled probably 35 of them. I think I've got around about 15 left now, and these were in the back of my stack. And because I've been seeing a lot of animals on my path lately, I thought let's pull these ones out. Hey Robin, hey Diane. And so I might have to read from the book, but these seem to be very appropriate. Like I've had magpies and lizards and spiders and all those kinds of things. So these are the 3 cards for this week, the messages. So again, you can choose 1, 2 or 3, or have the whole lot of them. That's the book there. And Scott Alexander King, he's an amazing person. Right, if you want to check him out on Facebook. Have not been in contact with him for a few years now, but his magic is everywhere. So let's do this, shall we? And you know, what are your plans for this week? You know, what plans have you got for your purpose? To express it, to go deeper into it, to learn more about it, to show up as it. So, oh, I love these little, look at the back of the card here. Beautiful. So here we go, the first card. Oh, and I relate these cards. The first card is to do with your purpose. The second one is your present. Third is to do with your profit if you have a business, or if you don't, it's just think of it as abundance. So the first one is the red kangaroo. Very good for Australia, right? Very good for Australia, and it says responsibility. The first thing I see there is these big, strong shoulders. And how responsibility sometimes it feels very heavy. It feels very heavy. It's, you know, we can take on other people's responsibility, but it all comes back to your responsibility of your purpose, how you show up with that. And it's not meant to be, oh, I went straight to the page. It's not meant to be a hard thing, your purpose. It's supposed to be flow and joy, but there's always, you know, kind of little bumps along the way to reach it, and I don't think we ever reach it. We just express it the whole way through. And you know, I've been really going down the rabbit hole recently, so much so that I used up all my internet on my iPad here for a whole month, and I've got 28 days to go, and just watching these YouTube videos, and I went down this rabbit hole and this rabbit hole, and it just makes sense to me. As I'm cleansing and being more clearer, the message is coming in. So to me, even that responsibility is, I have a responsibility to keep showing up and sharing and questioning, as perhaps you do. So let's read the message. The red kangaroo is unique in its ability to maintain 3 young at once, 1 at foot, 1 in the pouch, while the third develops in the womb. And as the one in the foot is weaned and the one in the pouch exists, making way for the partly formed sibling, which instinctively climbs into the pouch directly after birth, with the womb now devoid of the life, the female will mate immediately, thus replacing the fetus. So interesting, 3 things. You know, so we're talking about 3 things today. Hey Rihanna. So let's look at the message here. So are you honouring the pledge of responsibility you made to yourself growing up? This is the kangaroo's message. Or would you say that you are in an emotional drought or dormancy at the moment? If this is the case, it may be time to reanimate some of the element of yourself so that you can begin taking responsibility for your life and that of your children in a more productive, abundant manner. So it's to do with children, and I always think of when we're talking about children, it's always to our inner child. Like, are you nurturing that inner child and taking those steps to be responsible for things that are happening in your life, right? So we are all energy, so we are creative beings. So don't put that responsibility on other people, because they have their own stuff to deal with, their own creation to make, and it's always our own responsibility to bring that back into ourselves, right, and to express that. So that's the first card there. I could go more. Yeah, I could go more. So our second card, to do with our presence, oh, look at this, is the Broga, dance. Beautiful cards. I don't know who the artist is. Who's the artist? I will find out. I will let you know. So the Broga, number 8 as well. So 8 in numerology, all about the infinite manifestation, becoming real. Lynn, Basuto and Michelle, you can tell me what that is. So the Broga is the dance. And again, love to dance. It's the dance of our purpose, the dance of our divine being. And it's spontaneous movement inspired by a steady rhythmic sound. A receptive atmosphere is an ancient yet simple way of opening oneself up to the productive cycles of Mother Earth and nurturing energies of the universe. And so interesting, because I made a couple of notes as I came on, because I wanted to talk about this, and I'll show you even here. It says time, rhythm, and your design. So we all have our own dance to dance, or dance if you're Australian. And I was thinking this morning, I actually got it quite late, right? So 9:30. Normally I'm up at 5 or 6. And so my body wanted to just stay in bed, right? So I think as this cleanse is happening, things are, you're expending this energy. And so this is about presence. And so I got up, and normally if I'd slept into that late, I'd be a little bit guilty. I'd be feeling a little bit, down on myself, and like, I need to get up. I've got so much stuff to do, da-da-da-da-da. And so I got up and had the coffee, had my shake and all that kind of thing. And then I just realised, it's like, well, who says that we have to get up at a certain time? Who says that we have to eat our 3 meals a day at 8, at 12, and at 6 o'clock? Like, who made those rules? And I wanted to come back to my own body and how the rhythm of it will tell me when I'm hungry. It will tell me when I need to go for a walk. So that's exactly what I did. I went out for a big walk. I took Nala, and just that's what I was feeling like. So to me, that's honouring the rhythm of my own design. And so for you, the dancing part is how do you dance through life, right? And when you dance, we always bring a certain energy, depending on the music that you're listening to. It will either put you in an amazing different state and to take on the rest of the day, but also I think the message is to come back to yourself, your own inner dance as you're moving forward into your purpose. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, you are responsible for your own design and your own dancing here. So that is the second card. And the third card, oh, love it. And this is to do with profit, abundance, is the Black Swan. The Black Swan. And it's all about grace. Look at it, beautiful grace. I need to do my nails. So, can't wait to get out to a beauty salon when we get out of this lockup. So, number 30. Okay, number 30, the Black Swan. So everybody knows the tale of the ugly duckling, a child's fable about an abandoned hatchling forced to endure ridicule and rejection, but who ultimately overcame adversity to become a beautiful swan. And the parable demonstrates that until you look inside and find the innate beauty that resides within you, you cannot expect anybody else to see your beauty. When you look in the mirror and see infinite beauty looking back, however, others will also recognise true beauty on all levels when they look at you. Oh, that's beautiful. So this card is about inner beauty, peace and confidence. And without that, there is no grace. So people have to look deep within themselves. And Grace allows us to be strong, abundant, and proud without being aloof, pompous, or rude. Grace keeps us grounded and in touch with those less fortunate and those who have not yet reclaimed the knowledge. Grace. Okay. So I always loved, I think it's Julie Luanne, and we say, as we are putting our purpose into a business, we want a graceful model. It's not this push-pull. We are feminine. We're in a feminine body. And yes, we do have to do masculine things like get focused and, put a plan together. And then we still need to let our intuition come through. We need to be graceful. Now I'm getting just goosebumps even saying that. Yeah, beautiful, Rihanna. I love it. And, there's beauty in all things and beauty in the grace, And I'm kind of one that I will push myself when I need to. That's just my design. It may not be everybody's design, so I have to, especially when I'm coaching people, it's like, well, you cannot expect them to be any further than they are because that is their design. They will get there when in due timing, right? But you just give them a little nudge if that comes. But there's still grace in that, and as you show up and as you breathe into that, then the abundance comes. Right, so grace, feminine. I love this black swan. It reminds me of my sister Julianne, my friend Julianne. We were in New York for one time. It was about 5 years ago. It was for a coaching weekend actually, and I think we'd had a few too many tequilas. Anyway, so in the middle of New York, it's time to go back to our hotel, and right then was the Black Swan. Remember the movie The Black Swan, which is quite scary in itself, but we came down, we found these rubbish bags. She'll hate me telling the story, and we were just doing this black swan thing in the middle of New York down the street. It was hilarious. I videoed it, but I did have to get rid of that video because of my sister's request. But again, it's just it just shows that you can be in your work and being focused, and then you can have these play times that are funny. Life's not meant to be all serious. This is our design. We are divine beings here to have joy and fun and love each other and connect. And yes, these are challenging times. But keep doing your work, sisters. Keep doing your work. Keep showing up. Yeah, keep bringing in all the wisdom and just churning it up, and then just see what comes out of it. That's all I can recommend today. So I hope that makes sense. Keep it humble. Yes, beautiful. Keep it humble and keep connected. And I do want to just say a big happy birthday to my beautiful sister Jodie Mayentu, who is 50 today. And as 50 is a beautiful age. I turn 50. So, as women, we're coming into this wise woman phase. And it's time to keep showing up and keep shining. So that's the message for this week. Lots of love to you all. Thanks for sharing me. Let me know. Does it resonate? Share this. I've actually started a new YouTube channel because I realized the other one I couldn't share it as much. Anyway, long story. So I'm going to put these up on YouTube, and you can share it from there if you wish, and keep checking in here. Lots of love. Bye for now.